Bangladesh in 2020. The transshipment facility extended to Bangladesh had over a period of time resulted in significant congestion at our airports and ports. Logistical delays and higher costs were hindering our own exports and creating backlogs. The facility, therefore, has been withdrawn with effect from 8th April 2025. And let me clarify here, I saw some reports. These measures do not impact Bangladesh's exports to Nepal and Bhutan transiting through Indian territory.
Bangladesh is racing against time to respond to a sudden and potentially costly decision by India to revoke a crucial trade route that had allowed Dhaka to export goods, mostly garments, to third countries via Indian airports and ports. The move, announced Tuesday by India's Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, that is a CBIC, is expected to increase both costs and headaches for Bangladesh's exporters, especially those supplying Western markets. But Bangladesh isn't taking it lying down. The government has already kicked off a series of meetings and emergency planning sessions to find homegrown solutions that will keep the country's ready-made garment sector globally competitive. Commerce advisor Sheikh Basiruddin, following a high-level meeting with industry stakeholders, said, "We are fully aware of the implications and we have already begun exploring our own infrastructure options. We are looking at using Sylhet and Dhaka airports more efficiently. The idea is to act quickly so that our apparel buyers don't suffer or shift orders elsewhere." Another round of talks led by the Commerce Secretary is scheduled to take place imminently as officials work to finalize a roadmap that minimizes the fallout. India's CBIC formally scrapped a 2020 circular that had granted Bangladesh the right to transport goods through Indian land customs stations to key export hubs like Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport. Until now, Bangladeshi exporters had been taking advantage of lower air freight rates and better connectivity from Delhi to reach buyers in Europe and the United States. However, that route is now off the table. India cited significant congestion at its airports caused by this transshipment arrangement, which reportedly clogged terminals and raised logistics costs for Indian exporters. Indian Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randeer Jaiswal emphasized that the move would not affect Bangladesh's trade with Nepal or Bhutan. Still, the timing raised some eyebrows, coming just days after Bangladesh's chief advisor Dr. Muhammad Yunus made remarks in China advocating for Beijing's economic sphere to extend through India to Bangladesh, which is a sensitive geopolitical area. Industry insiders warned that without access to Indian airports, especially Delhi, costs will climb quickly. Currently, it costs around $3 per kg to ship garments directly from Dhaka's Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport to Europe. Currently, it costs around $3 per kilogram to ship garments directly from Dhaka's Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport to Europe. Through Delhi, the same goods could be shipped for as little as $1.20 per kilogram, even after a grueling 1,900-kilometer truck journey via Benapole and Patrapole. Farooq Hassan, the former president of the Bangladesh Garment Manufacturers and Exporters Association, said, and I quote, that cost differential is what made Indian transshipment so attractive. The volume of cargo using this route wasn't massive, but the strategic value was huge. It's a real setback. An estimated 1,000 to 1,500 tons of Bangladeshi ready-made garment products are shipped monthly to Western markets through Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport, according to airport officials. Indian garment exporters have long expressed frustration over the same issue. In fact, back in February, India's Apparel Export Promotion Council formally requested the revocation, arguing that Bangladesh's cargo was clogging Indian terminals and driving up air freight costs for Indian exporters. Originally, the transshipment facility was limited to Kolkata. The 2020 circular that opened Delhi's airport to Bangladeshi goods may have simply overextended the system. Faced with this new reality, Dhaka is now recalibrating. An official from Bangladesh's Ministry of Commerce who attended Tuesday's meeting said, and I quote, "Beyond using Sylhet and Dhaka airports, we are looking into optimizing warehousing, customs procedures, and export routes within our own borders. We need to find ways to absorb the cost without passing it on to the buyer." Sylhet Airport, which remains underutilized, is being considered as a backup hub, while HSIA in Dhaka will likely undergo a fast-tracked review of its freight tariffs to make it more appealing to foreign buyers. While Bangladesh is working on short-term fixes, the long-term solution may require more dialogue and diplomacy. Several officials hinted that Bangladesh may approach India through diplomatic channels to request a review of the decision or to renegotiate alternate terms. A senior Commerce Ministry official told reporters that we are not closing the door on India. We'll do what we must to protect our industries. But we also believe in finding regional solutions through conversation, not confrontation.
On your question of the minorities, this particular issue came up for discussion. We have conveyed our concerns regarding treatment of minorities, the kind of violence that has happened against them, and we also highlighted and we have been doing this in several of our conversations, including when we had the meeting in Bangkok, that these violence and atrocities against the minorities cannot be just wished away or said that they are because of political reasons or they are media exaggerations. So we hope that the Bangladesh government will take strong action against those who are responsible for these atrocities. There are 54 rivers which are shared between India and Bangladesh. Now, to discuss all relevant issues, water issues, we have a mechanism, a bilateral mechanism, which is called Joint Rivers Commission. We are ready to discuss all issues provided that they are mutually agreed upon and provided that the overall environment is conducive for the same.